Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are back with some brand new news as I shuffle myself in position, but we are here to talk about another developer diary that was actually released today. Now, just to make TLDR, the last developer diary that we had was concerning experiments, and that was a very, I would have to say, controversial situation. So I'm hoping that with this new one that we have, which is, by the way, the main theme focus is Beastmoon, I'm hoping that it's not going to be the same thing like the Spellmint one, and then it ends up being like a whole catastrophe. So let's just see what they're doing, and let's check this out. Now, for reference, I have played Beastmoon before for many years. It's a very fun game. I think it was actually like one of their first game events that they've had. It's a really fun, thing to do. It's really fun. I definitely would recommend you check it out. They stopped making beast forms because they already did like, all the forms. But let's just see like what they're doing. All right, let's just try it out. So, Developer Diary, April 2026, Beastmoon updates. All right. Hey everyone, I'm Cam, and I'm one of the designers working on Wizard101. In today's Dev Diary, I wanted to give an update on the long-awaited Beastmoon audit. Oh god. Oh my god. Yo, cut the music. Yo, cut the music, bro. Cut the music, bro. Cut the music, bro. As soon as I see the word audit, I already know there's already comments. There's already people typing. What's the point even putting music, bro? What's the point? Forget the background music. Let's just like I don't, dude. Like, all right. Let's just let. Okay. Let me calm down. Let's read it first before we start going crazy. Let's just calm down. I really hope this isn't a theme where every developer diary is going to be like this. Like, hey guys, we're changing this for absolutely zero reason. Okay, let's check this out. Okay. Oh god. We're going to get into a bit of detail as the planned update is packed with some massive changes that will affect how every single form is played. I I already can I can already imagine the comments, man. Today we'll walk through all the most impactful proposed updates in clear detail. To go along with it, we've opened a dedicated Discord channel for feedback. I just don't understand what's the point of opening up a Discord feedback channel when some of that feedback isn't really going to be considered. I just don't understand why. After you're done reading this blog, you can check the Discord channel for 10 spells from a couple of example forms so you can see exactly how these changes may feel in practice. Okay. All right. I don't know why they couldn't just add it in the developer diary, but okay, whatever. Damage tiers. So let's start with the biggest shift. The complete rebalance of health and value per pip. Previously, the schools were split into just two damage tiers: Storm, Fire, Myth, Balance, and Death, all dealing high damage, while Ice and Life dealt noticeably less. Now we're expanding that into four distinct tiers. Storm sits alone at the very top, dealing even more damage than before. Fire is in the next tier, staying focused on more use of damage overtime effects. Myth, Balance, and Death are grouped together with moderate damage and health. Ice and Life remains focused on health and survivability rather than damage output. Okay, that aren't you just repeating yourself? Like, we already know that. Okay? So the health of each school is now fully aligned with these new damage per pip tiers. Okay? Forms that deal the same damage will have identical health values regardless of the form size. So this is a big departure from before where larger forms always had more health than smaller ones, even across schools. A medium life form would have more health than a large storm form, for example. What? The goal is, this is I'm just gonna say this is gonna confuse a lot of newcomers that try to do Beastmoon. The goal is to solely balance between damage output and survivability across all forms. Okay, let's keep reading. Let's just see. Okay, alright, we got numbers. Alright. Beastmoon health changes. Okay. Let's zoom in and let's figure this out. Is my big, fat, annoying head in the way? I'll get rid of it for a little bit. I know you guys are already annoyed at me for the April Fool's video. So these are the Beastmoon health changes. So we got Colossus, Cyclops, and Wolf Warrior. So Life and Ice automatically get 1,200 health. And then for Myth, Death, Imbalance, they get 1,000. And then for Fire, it's 900. And then for Storm, it's 800. So it just looks like right off the bat, Storm forms basically are gonna have like low health, even if they are the big forms. So then for stuff like Draconian, Croc Mummy, Minotaur, and Ninja Pig, it's 1,000 for Life and Ice, 800, then 700, and then 600, and then all the way down to Elf, Fairy, and Rat Thief. It's got all the way down to 800, 600, 500, and 400. All right, so I don't know if this is really going to make much of a difference. I mean, similar to the whole Spellmint situation, I would have to go into Test Realm and test this out, but I'm not really sure if the Beastmoon community is going to appreciate this or not. I think, whenever they're doing these changes in the game, it's going to be subjective, and there's going to be, that's why they opened up the feedback channel. There's going to be a lot of constructive criticisms about it, and there's going to be a lot of talk. And I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about this, especially for someone that hasn't done Beastmoon in a while. I mean, I think I said that in the beginning of the video. I hope they're not doing like too much. Like add more forms. Like I don't know about all this, but this could be potentially good because now we might see a little bit more, I guess, balanced combat. Like we might see a little bit more refined combats in the dual circles. So let's go to pip values. So pip values, on top of that reorganization, we're making a fundamental change to how actions are varied. Every action is now fully worth 1 pip. Okay. Here's a quick example. Let's say a form has 100 damage per pip DPP. Okay. So the old system was like a 0 pip spell, it would be 50 damage, 1 pip spell would be 100, and then a 2 pip spell would just be like 200 damage. So now the new system is that a 0 pip spell will do 100 damage, then a 1 pip spell will do 200, and then a 2 pip spell will do 300 damage. Okay. This creates some important ripple effects. Passing your turn is now much more punishing. So we're putting extra pressure on strong 0 pip and 1 pip spells, okay? During our review, we're making sure every form has a healthy minimum number of spells at the same time because damage can ramp up faster. We're increasing the base health of all the forms to keep gameplay balanced. All right, that's cool. Next, we're formalizing how a form's role impacts its value per pip. Every form has a primary and a secondary role chosen from these categories. So damage, heal, pips, empower, tank, or enfeeble. Okay? Those roles directly determine how strong different effects can be. Your primary role lets you create effects stronger than your normal damage per pip. For example, a primary tank form can now make absorbs even better than its damage per pip. Okay. Your secondary role lets you create effects at full damage per pip strength. Anything that doesn't match either role drops 1 tier below your DPP. Okay. Damage and healing rolls work a little differently. They don't change your raw value per pip, but they control what kinds of conditional effects you can access. For instance, only a damage form can use conditionals that result in extra damage. Okay. Bonus pips. With spell values and health now perfectly aligned, we also had to standardize bonus pips. To prevent any imbalances, almost every form will have exactly 1 bonus pip. Thank God. The only exception is forms with a pips roll. They have the option to gain 1 extra bonus pip, but only if they drop down 1 tier in overall value per pip. Okay. We will go through and adjust all the Monster Mayhem spells and health values to match all these new rules. Okay. Spell effects. We've covered the... Wow, I mean, this is that's a very lengthy dev diary. I'm not sure how the community is going to react to this. I'm sure people are already writing essays already. I just couldn't be bothered. We covered the value balancing overhaul. So let's now talk about the spell effect changes. So we're removing 3 specific effects that players have been frustrated with based on the feedback that they feel particularly unfair and unfun. Accuracy reduction, thank God. Stun and dispel, thank God. These mechanics stop you from casting spells entirely, which can kill momentum and strategy. With the new pip valuation making lost actions even more painful, it's the perfect time to retire them, and thank goodness. But I already know some of y'all whiz heads are gonna be in the comments be like, Richard, they're changing the game too much. No, when I was playing Beastmoon, getting stun spammed was ridiculous. Getting dispel spammed was just absolutely ridiculous. Now, another reason why this is kind of like a double-edged sword, because now if you're someone that does a lot of Beastmoon Monster Mayhem, you can't really dispel or stun the boss at all. So now you're going to have to kind of figure out a new strategy. You know, kind of similar to when they ban spells for PvP, it kind of directly affects raids, and then, you know, a new strategy has to be made. So this is when it kind of gets into that ripple effect. Now, it would be cool to see them separate them, but I'm pretty sure KI just genuinely just does not have the technology to separate spells within their game modes. It's usually just like a global change, and everybody just has to suffer. But we will see how it goes whenever this update decides to go into test realm and then live realm. But I don't know, just judging from what we've been reading so far, it looks like this is just a complete overhaul of Beastmoon, and it's definitely gonna have some positives, but it's also gonna have a lot of negatives. And I really hope that they are paying attention to all the feedback that players give them, especially for people that absolutely love Beastmoon. So we'll just see. All right, let's keep reading. So we already talked about that. They're retiring the accuracy reduction and stun and dispel. Additionally, in what is probably the biggest spell change, we're redesigning forms to strictly follow the magic wheel. This means certain schools will no longer get effects that traditionally belong to others. So, for example, death forms will no longer create damage over time effects, thank God, and then storm forms will no longer counter harmful charms, thank goodness. For most forms, they will only mean small adjustments. In cases where bigger changes are needed, we'll do our best to preserve the original playstyle and feel of the form. Be sure to let us know what you think once the full details are shared. So they're not sharing the full details yet. There's still a lot of like questions I think a lot of people are gonna have, but they're not sharing the full details about all that stuff quite yet. This sounds like something that's probably gonna be in the summer update, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It just seems like a whole lot. So, player feedback. I've covered the major updates, and now it's your turn to let us know what you think. Head over to the Discord channel where we've posted full spell lists for a couple of example forms and the form health values. Wizard101 official Discord Beastmoon Audit channel. Please drop your honest feedback there. We really want to hear what you think. Okay, yeah. We get it. You guys, quote unquote, love feedback. We get it, dude. We get it. Right. Which I would say that the feedback, little subjective. I mean, let's go to the Discord because apparently they didn't. I couldn't put it here, so let's just go to the Discord. Discord. Hopefully you didn't see my hub links. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Where is the thing over here? Don't look at my direct messages, guys. Don't look at all my private parts. Where would that be at? Where would that be at? Beastmoon Audit. Screams and casual player. Oh my god. Yeah, people are already writing. Squishy coin flips and the solution is back a little. Okay. Yeah, people are already people are already talking, man. All right, so how do we like? I want to see the spells. How do we see the spells? Oh my god, dude. People. Oh my god, where are the spells? Is it? I hope it's not all the way up here. Is it pinned at least? This is the channel to... Oh, here it is. Okay, God. It was... I don't know why they just couldn't make this into a different channel. I mean, this is why I really, really hate Discord. Let me put the music back on for y'all because it's too quiet. You know, I think we get the whole point about what they're trying to do. Let's just check this out. Let's see what's going on here. So, this channel is to discuss the latest developer diary, Beastmoon update, blah, 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 blah. Be sure to read them. We already read the update notes. Alright, so Lumbering Minion before and then after. So, before it had, you know, weakness, a trap for, you know, 4 pips. Now it just, pretty much the same thing. I guess it's to all minions. It kind of just, you know, made it look a little cleaner. But they removed that inaccuracy, so that's good. Alright, Archibald Ratfink before and then after. What's the difference? Let's see. Okay, summon a minion or 1 pip if player has a minion. You know what? Here, is there a way I can kind of like show you both? Let me just mark it out. So you guys can kind of see both. So this is Archibald Ratfink Myth Rat. Oh God, is this gonna go through every single form? Oh no. Wait, that's it? Did they stop posting? Is that it? They only showed us... Alright. They only showed us a couple. Okay. Alright, so let's just look at this one. Archibald Ratfink, Myth Rat Thief. So, these are the spells they used to do. Like, this is like the old school one, right? I'll let you just, like, take a picture or whatever. And then, here is basically the updated version. So, Simple Minion is a 0 pip spell. You summon a trap minion, or, you know, you get a pip back if you already have, I guess, a minion. You got pushback, it removes a charm, and then 100 myth damage. Rat Trap, that's a 1 pip. You can see that they changed the pip values of the stuff. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I mean, I think probably the one thing that a lot of people... I'm not gonna like is kind of like the sub roll thing. I think that's when it gets a little bit too complicated, and I think that's when we're gonna see a lot of people not really appreciate Beastmoon anymore, just because, similar to the Spellmint thing, they're just doing a lot. I mean, I could show you the dev diary again, and, you know, as soon as anybody sees numbers, they're just gonna get confused and, you know, try and figure it out. Like, what's all this mean? What's it going on? Probably the biggest thing I think will be the health changes, especially if you're concerning Beastmoon Monster Mayhem. You don't know exactly how this is going to affect that. I mean, this is just talking about Beastmoon in general, but I would imagine that this might also have some harsh effects about Mayhem, which is the PvE one. Beastmoon Hunt is the PvP one. But I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, for someone that hasn't played Beastmoon in a while, I don't think it's going to affect me that much, just because I kind of don't play anymore. But also the fact how, if this is what you want the new players to see, then it will be very interesting. Like, look, Thunderwolf used to have a stun, but now it doesn't even stun anymore. Like, Thunder Gaze... it does more damage if you have a damage overtime on yourself. Catalyze, that's now a plus 100 blade. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then remember, the health also is readjusted as well. And that's just based on the school. So, off the bat, Stormwolf will get 800 health. I think that's a buff. I'm not sure if that's actually a buff. Let me check real quick, because... we're in Wizard. We can actually check if that's a buff or not. But I'm pretty sure for Stormwolf, that is actually a buff. But like I said, I'm not sure how the community is going to react to this news. It just seems like, not really an audit, it just seems like a complete rework. So, I don't know. They're going to have to really be careful on how they deliver this update, because similar to the whole Spellman situation, I know you guys are tired of hearing it, and so am I, but kind of similar to that, you know, a lot of people just felt like that was a really big rug pull, and a lot of people just, including myself, just kind of felt upset that there wasn't no reset button, and no, just a lot of people just feel some type of way about that. And I think that's kind of what we will see moving forward, especially when they are changing a lot of things in this game. Right? I know a lot of people were already mad about the new spell changes, like Empower and Dark Pact. You know, people were really depressed about that, but this is something for a game mode. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Alright, so let's go over to the beast form upgrades. Let's go to Stormwolf. Yeah, that's a direct buff because he used to have 525, so that's a big buff. So it's definitely going to be interesting how some of the fights will play out. You know, and I'm not sure if I am interested in checking that out. Let's jump into some of the triple moon gold dust gains. Myth Rat AoE. Oh, the Myth Rat AoE's gone. Oh, that sucks. RIP. I'm sorry, but if Ice Colossus really gets 1,200 HP, I'm retiring Beastmoon. 1,200 to 400 HP range is insane. Are they going to address stall strats with ice forms is the real question based off of the dev diary. They're actually getting buffed with shields being over DPP. Yeah, I was just thinking that because I love being like an ice form, and I just absolutely love spamming shields. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that's the one thing I love to do, is just like spam shields and like waste people's time in the battle ring. They're probably redoing Beastmoon in its entirety. Yeah, it's basically just a complete rework. Stormrat will still be according to the chart. It's 2026. Gold Idols and Lunari need major changes that don't short squeeze the consumer's wallets. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that's missing from this entire Beastmoon developer diary. I think that's what's throwing me off so much about it, because it's not really addressing the issues with Lunari, the issues with the Moon Gold Dust that all these people are talking about right now. I think that's what's missing from this dev diary, because instead it's just talking about how they're basically reworking the entire Beastmoon structure. And, you know, that's a lot to ask for players. I didn't think HP was an issue. Truly, dev diaries rage baiting me. Yeah, the dude, I agree with Rain, whoever that is. Like, the dev diaries lately have just been like rage bait diaries. Like, and I understand. Hey, I love Cam. I think I had a meeting with him one time in a KI Live. Not KI Live, like what was it? Like oh my god, what was it? Dude, that was so long ago. Oh my god. But no, Cam is great, but I understand. But dude, oh my god, dude, I don't know. Something, just like the Spellmint thing, something is throwing me off about it, man. Only way this is viable is if the 400 HP form has like 3 times the DPP. Moon Gold Dust also needs to be more frequent to get. Yeah, I agree. So why does a Myth form get an aura? I don't want to waste all week getting Gold Dust. Speedrun to make random rage crit, because imagine going against a Life Draconian with 1,000 HP and an Ice Colossus with 1,200 HP. Am I crazy, or is the Stormwolf doing absurd damage for a large form? It seems like it's balanced out. Gotta see in game. Hey, that's my boy Garrett. Yeah, read the dev diary, Garrett. Come on, of all the whiz heads, you should be doing that, Garrett, bro. We used to go raiding together. Used to do a bunch of challenge modes together. Oh, man. Its time was coming. This guts that form the most, and then close. Moving the dispels, it's fair, but stun should have stayed in, and if you really wanted to, you can add a stun block after each stun. You're getting rid of one of the strongest aspects of being Storm form. KI is not too soon to say April Fool's on this one. No, it's not April Fool's, bro. It's April 2nd. To be honest, I like the changes so far. Beastman really needs a shake-up. Just hope we get to reset forms we have already invested in. Why do people really want to reset stuff? You ain't resetting nothing, bro. You ain't getting that coins back, bro. You ain't getting them coins back, little bro. That's called a skill issue. You ain't getting them Johns back. I'm on my Storm character. I was looking at it. I was like, where are my beast forms? But I'm on my Storm wizard. Yeah, you ain't getting that John back, little homie. Everybody always wants a reset. KI said, nah, none of y'all getting resets. No spellment resets. No training point resets. None of that. I mean, you can still reset your training points with crowns, but you know what I mean. Oh, man. I thought the forms needed a health boost, not to die in round 1, but the largest forms having 3 times the health of a smaller form crazy. Team up a large life form with a storm and you'll live forever. I think it would be helpful for feedback purposes to see more edge cases like Ice Colossus and Storm Rat. The range being 400 to 1,200 is actually wild. Maybe a little bit too much health for more tankier forms given the DPP. Even if you have a Storm Elf and a Myth Rat, you're not beating out a Life Draconia and an Ice Colossus, which so many people are going to run that seeing that they boost the HP on them. Ice Rat has no business having 800 health with his carries. Oh no. Does it mean Mayhem mobs are going to be reevaluated as well? Yes, that's in the diary. Must have missed. No mental taunt or draining rework. Deathwolf lives on. Yeah, it was very easy to miss. Maybe heal overtimes could finally be good. Oh no, man. This is awesome. Yeah, people are talking about it. That doesn't mean Life and Ice can't get 2 bonus pips. Those are for the summer update, right? Or the spring. I wonder what the meta for Mayhem will be now, because a Quad Storm and Fire Spiral and Mayhem is going to be brutal. Like, Demoralize isn't minion spell anymore. Should have a new icon. Without any stuns or dispels. Yeah, if you guys want to look at all this stuff, I mean, I'm not going to sit here for hours and hours reading about everything. A lot of people are going to give their feedback on what they're doing right now. I mean, it seems like some of their concern is with the health, like I had theorized, so definitely the health will have to be looked into. Someone says, I mean, as long as the Mayhem mobs are nerfed a bit, I don't see too many issues with the audit, but Ice and Life are still going to probably be too slow to use. Unless Mayhem rounds will be given more time on the clock too. Yeah, I don't know. In my eyes, though, when I read this dev diary, it just primarily seems like, you know, this is mainly for like Beastmoon Hunt and stuff like that. Not to say that, you know, they're also thinking about Beastmoon Monster Mayhem, because that's also one of the events. But I don't know. Something about this, I guess, dev diary kind of is iffy. Like, it just seems like something is really missing. Like, people mentioned the Lunari issue and then the Moon Gold Dust issue. I mean, these are issues that are in the game. But this just seems like a complete and utter rework of Beastmoon, which you're going to have people that might like the technicalities of it, you know, be a nice little shakeup for them. And then you're going to have one side that doesn't really appreciate the changes and, you know, wish they would stop, you know, changing everything else, you know, just stop. But yeah, it seems like most of these dev diaries have been a lot of rage bait. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very like rage baity, a little bit like angry, which I don't know if that's what they're trying to go for. I mean, they have the feedback channel, they're getting tons of it. I mean, I hope they don't ignore it, but at least from what I'm seeing so far, it looks like the main issue is gonna be talking about, you know, Ice and Storm, and then not Storm, but well, yeah, a little bit of Storm. Just like everything in general, it just seems like there are issues with everything. So, I don't know. And like I said, I haven't played Beastmoon in years. I used to play like back in the day when they only had like a couple forms out and it was fun, man. Now it's like there's a whole lot of forms now, and now they're just doing a whole bunch of stuff. So it might not be bad. But I'm also not saying that it's gonna be like the best update ever. Because we know this about Wizard101. And we know this about the company for a long time. They take a step forward and they take a billion steps back. And that's literally been their formula. It's been their literally religion at this point. I don't know why, but I just hope that they take all that feedback and just do whatever they want. And Cam is a good game developer. I like him. Cam is awesome. There's a lot of good devs out there, but you know, I don't agree with like every single thing they do. And just like all of us, we're not all perfect. Neither are they. But that's when they, you know, we gotta come together as a community, talk it out, and be like, hey, I don't like this. Maybe add a suggestion. Don't just hate the game to hate the game. You know, just add an overall suggestion to see if you can find a little bit of a compromise. Oh, wait, somebody just said something in here. Someone just said there should be a guild versus guild queue, guild rank, and guild leaderboards. I think they're doing that in the summer update, maybe. I don't know. There was a guild-centered Beastmoon era with Super Sweaty. Oh, gosh. I remember that. The guilds that still play are incredibly sweaty, in my opinion, because what do you mean you made an entire guild just to do Beastmoon? Yeah, we might see some guild activities for the summer update, but right now the main focus is kind of talking about Beastmoon. I mean, people make an entire guild to decorate house. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people do love doing the guild museum and all that stuff. Oh, man. Team games like CSGO have rank. Oh, gosh. I hope they don't make a competitive mode for, like, Beastmoon. I don't think that's necessary. That would, if they did, that would probably really, like, push me away from Beastmoon for good. Because I would imagine that if you even try touching comp once, it's going to get real toxic. And I played Overwatch before, bro. Let's just say I have said some... Woo! Actually, I haven't really said anything too crazy, but Overwatch in general, I've had people said some interesting things to me. But yeah, some forms are significantly more powerful than others right now. For example, Dispel and Stun forms are insanely powerful. Changing that leads to more balanced games. Both sides, in theory, have access to all forms, but forms like Life Rat and others have not been available for about 2 years, meaning that older players have access to more forms. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's definitely... I don't know. I don't know. Now they will completely change them, and I may hate a new form months in a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I stopped playing Beastmoon years ago. I don't know. I crafted that, the first, like, ever crafted robe that you could for Beastmoon. Still think it's probably one of the best robes you can craft in the game, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see, guys. I'm not sure. I mean, if this is part of the summer update, bro, we are already at, like, critical. Lately, these dev diaries have just been doing a lot of rage baiting. Why can't we get, like, a dev diary that's, like, genuinely positive? Like, no more explaining why you want to remake the game. Just give us, like, general good stuff. Be like, hey guys, we're adding some nice little UI changes. Like, you guys know that April Fool's video I made yesterday, right? Like, there was some actual, like, general changes that I thought would be really beneficial for the game, in my eyes. Like, I think Double Siege should come back. I think, like, membership benefits should be passive, you know, instead of having double pet XP every single, like, you know, weekend. There's a lot of good ideas out there. Like, the possibilities are endless. I mean, just earlier today, I was talking to Morgrim on Twitter, and we were talking about how, you know, we would love to have that fully download game thing, which was mentioned on a KI Live ages ago. And he said that apparently if they get enough, like, you know, comments about it or enough, you know, popularity with it, they would look into it. But it would be cool just to download the entire game in one file or whatever, instead of just having a bunch of, like, boxes float around or whatever. But, you know, these are things that I think that would generally be cool for the game. But, you know, stuff like Beastmoon, it's been so long. I just don't do it anymore. Some people do. The passion is there, but when they see all this, you know, it's gonna be a completely different ballgame for them. So I don't know. We'll wait to see what happens, but if this is for the summer update, it's already off to like a very, I guess, talky start, which maybe talking and discussing is not inherently bad, but also it might not be the greatest thing ever, especially if a majority of players don't like it. I think once they release it on Test Realm, everybody can test it out and they can figure out, you know, find the player testing data for that and they can figure it out there. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for what I gotta say. That's it. I think it should be interesting. I just don't do Beastmoon anymore. I used to back in the day. I just don't do it anymore, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. We will see what happens. No promises. Like, this might be a hit or miss. Like I said, usually when KI takes a step forward, it's like a million times back. So we'll wait and see. We'll see it. We'll figure it out. We'll play it. And we'll provide a decent amount of feedback. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, peace out.